Hey, what is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know whom I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Instant classic in the making, guys. First time to the channel, make sure you subscribe, notify, do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the Good Doc's content. Everything you need to know about yours truly shall be listed in the links in the description area below. I'm actually pretty surprised that a lot more foreigners have not come out and talked about this in reference to the Philippines. You know, this is one thing that I've loved about the Philippines and one things that I have adored about the Philippines, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the women for once. All right, so the one thing that I can honestly say that I love and actually enjoy about the Philippines is the fact that it is tax inclusive. What do I mean by that? What you see is what you pay in the Philippines, all right? When it comes to shopping in legitimate places like your stores and going to restaurants and things like that, what you see on the menu is what you will pay. If something costs 500 pesos on the menu, 500 pesos is what you pay. So rather than me calling it tax-free, it's tax inclusive. So you don't have to worry about calculating or computating and adding this and subtracting that. Everything that is priced is literally what the price is going to be. Now, we've always talked about foreigner tax, and that's always been a talking point that a lot of foreigners have brung up in their videos in reference to the Philippines and other travel places abroad. And you're normally going to deal with this particular issue or situation when you're going to places that are outside of legitimate areas like your malls and places like that. Normally, you should never have to deal with foreigner tax in the mall. All right. If you're going to a place where prices are posted, they're not going to try to upcharge you what is outside of the listing on these particular establishments. Whatever the price says, that's what you pay. Now, when you're going to places like Divisoria or you're going to like open markets and places like that, chances are these are the times and situations where you're likely to have to deal with foreigner tax. Now, foreigner tax to an extent is not something that you should feel bogged down by. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys that, oh my god, you're gonna deal with foreigner tax and you can't get around it or you can't avoid it or anything like that. Even though it's there, what I will say is this: you don't have to pay what other people, you don't have to pay what they say you have to pay, right? When it comes to foreigner tax, trust me, you do not have to pay what they tell you to pay when it comes to foreigner tax. I think that's one of the negative aspects about living and being in the Philippines, because a lot of people are like, man, I'm scared that they're going to try to take advantage of me, or they're going to try to overcharge me when I go to places and stuff like that. And as a foreigner from the outside coming in, it's kind of like, okay, what is a fair price? You have these questions in your head. What is considered to be fair? What are they charging everybody else? Okay, what am I going to pay? Because I shouldn't have to pay what other Filipinos are paying. Outside of what other Filipinos are paying. I shouldn't have to pay more because I'm a foreigner, right? I shouldn't have to do more because I'm a foreigner, right? You wanted to be treated equally, and rightfully so. So if you ever want to know how to really get around foreigner tax and things like that, I kind of feel like the best thing for you to do, I would have somebody buy the stuff for me. You understand? If I'm with somebody and they speak the language, I would have them buy those items for me. If it's something where I'm not sure of the price, because prices are not listed, I would just have somebody else buy it for me. Or if I know that somebody else wants to buy something that is the exact same as me, I'd have them buy it for me, or I would have them buy it first, and then I would see what they're going to charge me as a result. We would just create two different transactions and not be in the same place, Okay, you're charging this person 180, but you want to charge me 220. Why is that? Oh, because I'm a foreigner? All right, and that's just something that, unfortunately you're going to have to deal with, because again, you're just a foreigner. And to be honest with you, especially in a time like this, if you're ever actually able to get back to the Philippines and, from this time moving forward, I kind of feel like foreigner tax is really going to be something that you're going to have to contend with. And a lot of us probably, and I guess what really baffles me a little bit, and I think only after a period of time will it start to affect you. Is in the beginning, because prices are relatively cheap in country, you're not really pressed by foreigner tax. And I'm gonna just use this as an example. All right, let's say you go down to like Divisoria or these open markets where they're selling clothes and stuff, right? Let's say, for example, they charge you 300 for a shirt, 300 pesos, right? $6 for a fucking t-shirt, right? That's not bad at all. That's like Walmart prices. We go up to Walmart, buy some $6 tees or something like that. Even if they say it's $2.50, $5. Like, yo, man, that's not an issue for us. $5 for a t-shirt, man, that's not gonna break the bank. It shouldn't. It's not gonna hurt your pockets, right? So you're not really pressed by it. But yet and still, where things tend to get a little shifty is, okay, I had to pay $2.50, but then you find out that's this person over here, or you over here, this person paying $180. You like, okay, or I say $150 to make for even numbers. So this person paid $3, 150 pesos, but I had to pay $2.50, $5. I mean, it's only a $2 difference. Not enough for you to, call home and bitch and moan about it, but it's enough for you to make you feel away. It's like, yo, why my man's over here gotta pay $5? I mean, why do I have to pay $5 and he only paying $3? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it doesn't bother you in the beginning until you see somebody getting a better price than you, or you hear about people getting a better price than you, or you find out that this is actually what it is and this is what you paid for it. No different than dealing with taxis in the Philippines, wherein people don't want to charge you meter prices. We've had that conversation before. So as a foreigner being taken advantage of, regardless of the fact that it doesn't break the bank for you, it just makes you feel away. I don't care if I paid $1 more than somebody else. I'm gonna be like, yo, why this man paying this, but I have to pay that? So I think when you have those eye-opening experiences, I think that's when you start to realize that the best way to go about things where things are not priced or where things are not set in reference to price, either let somebody who's Filipino buy it for you, or see what they charging somebody else, and then you go by and buy the exact same thing. And if they try to overcharge you, then yo, like, why am I here then? Like, why am I even remotely entertaining, a place like this when all they're going to do is try to take advantage of me? Again, the way that I see it and the way that I tell everybody else is people are only going to get away with what you allow them to get away with. I'm going to say that one more time. People only get away with what you allow them to get away with. Now, I'm not saying blow your gasket if somebody charges you a couple of dollars more than somebody else. It's not really that big a deal. But at least the next time around, okay, yeah, I paid for it and I know that this ain't really what it is. Now it's like literally a more you learn situation, because sometimes you got to go through the experience before you actually are able to humble yourself and say, you know what, I see what they doing now. So now every time that I go out, rather than just settling for the price that they give, okay, let's haggle this bitch down a little bit. Let's say, yo, man, I said, you want to say $2.50? I said, I'm thinking more like $1.50, right? And if they ain't willing to ride, it's a t-shirt or something small. Probably something you can get at any other store. I'll be back or I'll come back. Chances are, if they want to make that money, and trust me, Filipinos want to make that money, what they will do is they'll probably take the price, or they'll definitely come down in price. And this is only at places where prices are not listed, all right, outside of legitimate establishments. And if there's one thing I want to leave you with before we leave, and this is something that all foreigners need to know. This is the moral of the story that had nothing. Well, it has something to do with the story, but it's something completely different. But if there's one thing that I want you guys to take with you from this video, in reference to tax inclusiveness, foreigner tax, is this: once you buy something in the Philippines, there is no return policy. All right, zero fucking return policy. All right, you can exchange something for equal or equivalent value, but Filipinos ain't giving you your money back at all. I don't care if it's a regular establishment. I don't care if it's, one of them outside stalls. They're not giving you your money back. You buy a shirt, that shirt is yours, okay? If it's too small, you can exchange it. If you decide you already have 2 of these shirts and you don't want it and you want to take it back, don't ask for your money back. Be ready to exchange it for something of equivalent value. Filipinos don't give you your money back at all. I've never been to an establishment where I've received a refund. Even when it comes to buying plane tickets, if you don't even use your plane ticket, oh, we'll just trade this one in for another ticket. If you plan on taking the trip again, they'll encourage you to trade it out. They'll never give you your money back. And if And if by some miracle they opt to give you your money back, it just seems like a fucking tiring process. It gets to the point where you're like, fuck it, man, I don't even want the money back. You know, it kind of it makes you feel like you're going through this fucking process or this marathon that you don't even want the money back anymore. And I kind of feel like they do that on purpose so that you actually opt out of not getting the money back. Because it just seems like something where they go above and beyond to make it difficult. You know, especially when it comes to getting money back for plane tickets and things like that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a more you know video, man. The more you know as a foreigner in the Philippines, I think that it'll make your time in city, in country, a little bit more comfortable, okay? Like I said, not too many of us rocking going in right now, but when the time comes, this is just some knowledge that I want you to keep in the back of that noodle noggin, my peoples. All right? Y'all stay blessed, y'all stay true, man. Doc's on to the next one. Peace.